afternoon. My name is Matt Sullivan, and welcome to the August Coffee and Connections with the Town Planner here in Wolfeboro, New Hampshire. Here to talk to you about a few topics today, really big comprehensive planning processes that happen here in town. Just give you a quick update on these. And hopefully, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me about any of these matters. But the first one is really the town's master plan. It's our comprehensive plan that we've been working on for about a year and a half now. We've had more than 50 or to 60 actually committee members serving on committees for our different master plan chapters. That's been, again, an ongoing effort. A lot of time and effort has gone into it. We've had more than 100 committee meetings, actually. So a lot of hard work has gone into writing our master plan chapters. The master plan is made up of these chapters that cover natural resources, public infrastructure, community facilities, housing, economic development, demographics. Really runs the gamut of issues that will impact Wolfeboro for the next 10 years. And it really is a 10-year plan that looks out into the future. One of the most important parts, though, I think, is really the community vision section that sets the long-term comprehensive vision for the town. The master plan is, in a lot of ways, a land-use focused document. That's why the planning board is in charge of it under state law. That's why the planning department sort of shepherds the master plan through the development process. With that said, though, it's really the community's opportunity to get a lot of its long-term goals into a document that might not otherwise exist anywhere else. And for that reason, we've been adding content related to energy, which didn't exist in our prior master plan in 2007, and other items as well that wouldn't necessarily, again, be land use issues, but really this serves as the opportunity for us to publicize these long-term goals, I think, that are important to the community. We will have a master plan public hearing. We intend to have only one at this time, although depending on the comments that we hear, we may actually schedule a second one. That master plan public hearing will take place on August 27th. That is a Tuesday evening, and the hearing will be at 7 p.m. If you're interested in learning more about the plan in advance of that meeting, though, we will have the plan posted on the planning department's website, and hopefully there'll be a direct link on the front page of the town website. You'll get to view the full document there, which is over 200 pages in length. We don't expect everyone who shows up to the public hearing to know all of it. Certainly I don't know all of it either. But we'll have our committees there to sort of speak to questions that come up or certainly respond to comments or concerns that might arise during the session. So that public hearing is really the opportunity for members of the public and other folks to get their input into the plan if it's not already reflected within it. So I think that's a really critical opportunity if you are interested in submitting something to us. If no major issues arise at that public hearing, the planning board will actually consider adopting the master plan at a later time, hopefully in the next month or two right after that. But again, I think this being such a long process at a year and a half, we're really excited to get it done and hopefully set the long-term guide for our community. I would just add that after the master plan is done, we'll actually establish an implementation committee that will take the plan and for the next 10 years help different groups that are really assigned projects in that master plan and make sure that they get done. So we're going to have sort of an oversight committee that makes sure that the plan doesn't do what so many of our plans do and sits on a shelf. We actually have a group that's working to implement it within the community, working with our departments and our different stakeholder groups. So I think that's really a critical thing that we've done very well in Wolfeboro that we're going to continue to do into the future. Again, any questions about it, please feel free to reach out to me. The best way to get in touch with me about the plans so I can send you materials is at my email, and that's planningdirector@wolfeboronh.us. Again, planningdirector@wolfeboronh.us. Of course, feel free to call us at 569-5970. But really, if you have questions about specific information in the master plan, please do use my email. It's the best way to contact me. I would also note that if you, in advance of the public hearing, if you want to share any visuals or anything that you'd like to see incorporated into the plan, we are sort of gathering some of our images that we're going to include. We're really excited about that, but having a hard time sort of picking out what the right images are to include. If you have something you'd like to see in there, please do send it along. One example, we had the July 4th parade downtown. We were really proud of the way the community was dressed up for that. We had a great turnout, and we really want to make sure that we get an image of that parade into the plan because it represents really how we can make little changes that have a big impact in the community, I think, really on an everyday basis. So I think that's something that we want to capture within the plan. So again, any questions about the master plan, please do reach out. But if you're interested in learning more, please do attend that hearing on August 27th at 7 p.m. It'll be upstairs in the Great Hall. Two other processes I just want to update you on, not as exciting to me at least as the planner, but we are going through a budgeting process. We're preparing for it right now. So all of the town departments as well as agencies that operate within the town will be working on developing their budgets. If you have any questions about a specific department's budget, I would urge you to reach out to the appropriate department head. If you have any general questions about the budget, I would urge you to reach out to the town manager's office. That's probably the best way to get those questions answered in a timely manner, or you can certainly reach out to me and I'll make sure that your question gets directed to the right people. Our budgeting process really lasts, it's a pretty extensive process, lasts through really August in a lot of ways and September, out into obviously the town vote in March. So it's a long and extensive process, but it really gives you a long time to have an opportunity to get involved and ask questions about what's going to be included in those budgets. And really department heads it'll be a pretty dynamic process up until they get set in about October or September. One thing that's sort of related to that but is much more important to the planning department is we will begin our capital improvement planning process in the next month. That's really where we deal with larger projects, generally over $100,000 in nature. That includes road upgrades, projects like the Bay Street sidewalks, other items that will be coming on to potentially the warrant this year. So this is really the first opportunity for us to sit down with department heads and look at these large projects, also over a 10-year period, much like the master plan, and determine what the right way is to handle those and schedule those in order to not impact the taxpayer as much as possible. We really want to stabilize the impact of the taxpayer as much as we can. And the CIP is really where that starts. We do have a CIP committee. That committee is made up of planning board representative, board of selectmen representative, budget committee representative. Our finance, town manager, and myself do attend those meetings. And also we have some citizen at large members of the community that have expressed interest in participating in this. They bring a sort of expertise, I think, to the table that we're really excited about. We have some new members for this year. But with that said, these meetings are public and you are welcome to attend. The meetings will be posted, the agendas will be posted to the town's website. And if you want to attend a specific department's presentation, please do feel free to attend. This year, our meetings are largely going to be at Abenaki Ski Lodge, principally on Friday mornings, but please do check the website for more specific information about when a department will be presenting. But again, a really good opportunity to get 6 months in advance sort of a view into what the large capital projects will be coming up in the next year. It's always a bit odd for us. We just had our vote in March, it seems like yesterday, but just 3 months later we begin the large-scale capital planning process and our budgeting process. So we're right back on track for the vote that will take place in just about 8 or 9 months. It's a little funny, but it always keeps us on our toes. Those are really the projects I wanted to update you in August on. If you have any other questions about anything else, this is sort of our peak building season. So if you see something going on in the community you'd like to talk to us about, if you'd like to do a building project at your home, you have a question about building permitting or site plan review or subdivision, we're always here to answer those questions. Again, the best way to reach us is probably 569-5970. That's our direct line to the Planning and Development Department. Any questions about public works projects, you can certainly reach out to them, but we'd be happy to take those questions as well. We're all in the same office together, so if you see something going on that's public works related as well, feel free to reach out to us. We're always available for any kind of question. We'll make sure that your question gets answered. Thank you again for joining me this month. Thanks again to Community TV for having us, and we'll see you in September. Thank you.